For those who don't recall, at the last Fight Companion with Joe Rogan, Brendan Schaub, Bryan Callen, and Eddie Bravo, Brendan was talking about having a residency over in Austin, Texas with Bryan Callen. In fact, these two were so excited about it because they started to do the Fighter and the Kid podcast live at the Step Mothership, the Vulcan Theater, which is now named the Fathership according to Bappa. But plans have changed temporarily because Bryan Callen, at age 70 or whatever, is having another baby. How many babies does this guy have? And like I said, isn't he 70 years of age or something? Jesus. So the upcoming Austin live show is going to be canceled in Texas. Bappa has a brilliant idea to bring the Fighter and the Kid podcast live event to none other than Los Angeles area. So we'll see how that goes. But let's go ahead and check out the explanation from these two Nimrods. Here it is.
But hold on, where I was going with that before you tell that story is you got to go to Vancouver, and then I remind you yesterday, I'm like, well, remember, Bubba, we got to be in Austin on Friday. You went, that's right. That's not happening.
And I don't. So this is a good.
I just assumed, you know.
No, this is a very good.
I just assumed you were just down for the cause.
So this is a very good. This is a very good segue because, you know, I make a lot of plans, and what you have to understand is that I keep my personal life and my entertainment life very separate on social media and stuff like that. I don't like showing my family and stuff like that. I'm a comedian.
You do some though.
Sometimes, but it's not that I like to protect their privacy, right? And so my dear friend Tarek, as you are a dear friend Tarek, who is one of my, I talk to him all the time.
Yeah.
And yesterday my wife is in the kitchen and she couldn't be more pregnant. Like she couldn't be, the baby is literally hanging.
Could you never, even with you and I mean, we're like brothers.
Yeah.
Dude, she came to the dinner and I was like, you're so pregnant. She's like, Brandon, tell him, like, I found out like 3 days ago you were having a kid.
It's a Tarek.
You're the worst.
I put the video on her and he goes, wait, what's going on? I go, what? He goes, wait, what's, you're pregnant. And I realized I hadn't told him.
You don't share anything.
And then Frank Grillo hits me.
I don't think it's.
I have to hear from my ex that your wife is pregnant. I get that. Like that's what's going on. See, but I just doesn't.
It's not that you're private. You just don't even think about it.
I don't talk about it. Like I don't. I just feel like a guy's not going to be like if I say my wife's pregnant, it's all good. But then we're moving on. You're not going to be asking me questions about it. It's not that interesting to you.
It's pretty. No, it is. It's pretty important.
Well, it's very important. But when I have the baby, we'll talk. But I don't know what else to say other than she's pregnant.
But you gotta let people know in your life. I
agree. I have to let people know. I just
like when I was like, dude, your wife is ready to pop. If you're not gonna move to Vancouver, we gotta.
Well, you said to me,
we gotta.
She might have a baby, and I go, I can't go to Austin. I can't go to Austin and do a live. It
was like a light bulb went off. He goes, oh shit, that's right. You could have the baby. I go,
it's embarrassing.
I go, here's the thing. Yeah, it's just the way you're wired. It's not. You're not a bad guy. You're just sociopath. But the thing is,
no, I just don't. I just
you just don't think that way,
right?
But I told Brian. I said, you know, I have 3 kids. Even if she has the baby on Tuesday, I can't. You don't want to leave on Friday. Like that's Navy SEAL bud camp.
Yeah, I have to be there to drive her to the airport. To the fucking hospital. I got to be there in the hospital. All that stuff, and it just doesn't seem real. Like I'm looking at her going, "Oh, you're so pregnant. You're gonna have this baby." Like she's supposed to have it October. I mean, she's supposed to have it April 14th.
You can't control that.
April 14th.
That's why you don't.
Yeah, so I wasn't planning on her having it a month early.
But you've had this your 4th fucking child, dude. You know it doesn't.
It doesn't.
They give you
My first one came a month early.
It never works that way.
Right.
But that's why I told Brian, it's like, even if it comes on Monday, Tuesday, you got to be there on Friday for sure. I love Austin. I love doing the show. But the birth is 4 times in your life.
I called Brandon. I go, hey, dude, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Like, my wife is popping. Now, I thought she'd have it a month from now, but she could have it at any minute.
But this is why you should communicate. Even if you would have told, like, you told me like a week ago, and I didn't realize how pregnant she was till you came to the surprise birthday party.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's interesting. We're still doing Austin, but I didn't bring it up at the party.
Yeah.
But even if I would have known, I'm like, oh, let's push Austin to April, end of April.
It makes sense.
Like you shouldn't be in Vancouver.
No, I'm taking all of April off.
Yeah.
And that was planned. I said, I'm not going anywhere for April because I got to be.
We could do a live fire and a kid in LA.
Yeah.
But there's no Austin.
Yeah, I'm doing Brea in LA. But that's Friday,
fine.
Saturday.
Yeah, that's all good because you're
19th,
back
20th.
home. She can figure it out.
Yeah.
But to go like get on a plane and leaving, like you can't do it, Bubba.
No.
You know, 4 times in your life you have kids.
Yeah, you got to be there. You got to be there. And she's such a troop. She's such a badass. She's like, I got this. I'm like, no, you don't have this. I'm not. You're not driving anywhere. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah, you don't want that, dude.
No. So
we're gonna reschedule Austin.
Yeah, we're gonna
probably
reschedule
April,
Austin.
May. So May, June. We'll do May,
sorry
June,
for
maybe.
the head fake, guys.
So we'll do live Fighting the Kid, and we'll figure out a location in LA for April.
You know what I do?
Bring your baby to the live show.
I'll bring my baby to life.
Like the day it's born.
When Brendan gives Bryan Callen more than 10 seconds to talk, you know it's because Papa fucked up. Dude, seriously, because Schaub is too cowardly when he has a tucked tail. He always does this. We know Schaub too well. His ego always gets in the way. Canceling the Fighter and the Kid live event in Austin, Texas, well, Brendan's fully okay with the 30 fans being mad at Bryan Callen. So he's taking the back seat here. Plus, he thinks this gives him grace for the next time he cancels a seafood restaurant stand-up gig in Walla Walla, Washington that doesn't sell tickets. Just the fact that Brendan Schaub is 100% on board with this excuse is a dead giveaway that this was game planned before the show. They actually prepped for something. Yay, give it up for them. But don't worry, they're going to reschedule. Hopefully, they can fit it in after the rescheduled UK tour. And you can just tell that Bapa's so happy to have someone to blame for the show being canceled other than him. Oops, sorry, rearranged. Just look how giddy and excited Brendan is to justify this. When Schaub turns the floor over to Bryan Callen and he has a long-winded story, it is 100% rehearsed and fake every single time. In any facet, I can talk. And I thought they were brothers, but Bapa didn't know his best friend was pregnant. They talk about pregnancy like it's a festering infection. I didn't know she gotten that pregnant. Count the days, you dummy. Again, like I mentioned, the 30 people who bought tickets to go to the live event show of the Fighter and the Kid podcast are gonna be really pissed. They'll probably get promo codes for discounted merch at thickboy.com. And was it even 30 people? Hell, I counted 24 on that seating chart the other day on the Fighter and the Kid subreddit. Had capacity for a few grand thousand racks boxes of ZD. Must be that Joe Rogan bump people talk about. Half of the 30 people who bought tickets are Chin and Thick Studios. The other half are probably too stupid to even remember they bought tickets. And really, Bapa canceling shows? That's unheard of. He never cancels, B. Folks, don't forget, Brendan Schaub has sold out every show he's ever done in Texas and headlined Moon Tower in year 4 of his comedy career. Bapa doesn't cancel. Bapa just doesn't do them. Big difference, big difference. Look it up. How great would it be if Joe Rogan saw this and invited them both to come to the comedy mothership? How quickly would all this change? Brendan Schaub's history around pregnancies is dicey to say the least. Both of them would cancel anything and everything they're doing and fly to Austin, Texas immediately if this happened. Callen in particular needs that toehold money, baby. So I guess the Brendan Schaub rescheduling tour continues. Keep on rescheduling tour. It's the rain check tour. Now, to be fair, this is actually a legitimate reason, and it's completely redacted. They're only just now realizing it. This level of idiocy is just as embarrassing as not moving tickets. Bummer that we won't be getting a new live. Now, I watched this twice, and I'm still confused. Bryan Callen double booked Vancouver shows the same weekend as the Fighter and the Kid live event. So now they have to cancel TFATK because his pregnant wife is a month away from her due date? Is he canceling Vancouver? I realize every Brendan cancellation comes with a bouquet of lies and unbelievable pre-rehearsed excuses, but this one is extra convoluted. It's all super stupid. So what we have come to expect from these two geniuses. Bryan Callen wants people to take life advice from him, but forgets his wife is about to have a kid while he books comedy shows at bowling alleys. In my life, I have learned that when more than one excuse is presented, all presented excuses are complete bullshit. When only one excuse is presented, it is still likely bullshit. Oh, these redacts. It's like two teenagers executing a rehearsed line to their parents of why they weren't where they said they were going to be. It's actually pretty hilarious. You could easily throw some laugh tracks in there while cutting to the parents' facial expressions of incredulousness and disapproval. They'll really do anything besides tell Bubba that it ain't gonna happen, bro. Anyhow, I would like to get to know what you think about this whole situation, so comment down below if you would, because that's what matters and truly matters. Even though we don't matter, don't forget that. But hey, do me a huge favor and hit that like button and subscribe button right about now. Also push that notification bell if you would for new videos. Man, I thank you guys so much for watching these videos. It means a lot to me. All the funny comments you guys write down below. It's a chef's kiss. Thank you guys. I really do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. But I'll see all of you in the next video.
Like, but the Balenciaga one, Jesus Christ.